Good evening, Assalamu alaikum, friends, sisters, brothers, and elders. We were explaining in the previous episode that who are the Rajputs. Research suggests that the Rajputs came from diverse ethnic and geographical backgrounds and from different varnas. According to Norman Ziegler, the groups and individuals who came to power in the northern India after the Muslim invasion were no longer considered Kshatriyas. Although they performed similar functions, the fact that they emerged from the lower rungs of the caste system, the Rajput themselves are well documented in history. Andre Vinik argues that some Rajputs may have been Jats in origin. Tanuja Kotli says, instead of describing the Rajputs as emerging from other communities, colonial anthropomorphic narratives such as Bhelis, Meres, Manes, Gujarat, Jats, Rikhas, or Kalam, a Rajput past from which they claim to have descended. However, the historical process is the opposite. That points to the fact that both the Rajputs and the Jats originated from mobile pastoralist and nomadic groups, so that it is understandable that they refer to each other in their history, although they tried to remain separate. However, since the region was dominated by the Rajputs, they were portrayed as warriors as constructed to the Jats, who were portrayed as peasants. Those erasing the Jat monarchy from historical Kshatriyas belief writes that the ruling dynasties among the Rajput, Jats, and Marathas, who emerged from the decline of Islamic culture influence, were mostly descended from nomadic caste farmers, but they implied higher ranking Brahmins and performed rituals such as Sharda. These communities hoped that such rituals would enable them to claim Kshatriya status. According to scholars in medieval times, the political units of India were probably ruled by men of very low birth, and this may equally apply to many of the Rajput clans to northern India. Burton Sitten actually claimed that this practice of allowing rulers of low social descent to be granted a clean status through social mobility in the Hindu Varna system serves as one explanation for the longevity of the unique Indian civilization. Historian Janet Tiwari Comforst has mentioned medieval tales of Pabuji that depict Rajput, Charan, Bhil, and robbery warriors fighting side by side, as well as their medieval and contemporary writing showing claim to the high social status by nomadic tribes of the third desert. Those, she says, that is the said that earlier our Rajputs were once muldeers, cattle herders. Or conversely, it is claimed that all nomadic people have Rajput honors, essentials in their veneers. Gradually, the term Rajput came to denote the social class which was formed when various tribal and the nomadic groups become landed aristocracy and transformed into a ruling class. These groups adopted the title Rajput as part of their claim to higher social position and positions. Early medieval literature suggested that this newly formed Rajput class included people from multiple castes. Thus, Rajput identity is not the result of common uncertainty. Rather, it emerged when different social groups in medieval India sought to legitimize their newly acquired political power by claiming Kshatriya status. These groups began to identify as Rajput at different times in different ways. Those modern scholars have summarized that the Rajputs were a group of open status from the 8th century, mostly illiterate warriors who claimed to be the reincarnations of the ancient Indian Kshatriyas, a claim that had no historical basis. Furthermore, this unfounded claim to Kshatriya status represented a stark contrast to the classical Varna and the Kshatriyas as depicted in Hindu literature, which depicted the Kshatriyas as an educated and urban tribe. Historian Thomas R. Mithiloff has cited the opinion of Indian scholar K.M. Panikar, who also considered the famous Rajput families of the middle of India to have descended from non-Kshatriya castes. Historian Kapoor writes that various social groups were incorporated into the new sociological stratum of the Rajput, including the Shardas. That is why the Brahmat Purana considers the Rajput as a mixed caste and the Shudra Kamalkar equates the Rajput with the Auragas. A mixed caste born of a Shudra woman and the Shudra woman 17th century. The Sanskrit term Rajput has been compared to Ogra, a mixed caste born by the union of a Kshatriya man and a Shudra woman. This makes the Rajput a Sanskrajati, mixed caste, mean the Shudras. But this we can't find out in authenticated any book available in the internet or anywhere. So friends, brothers and elders, we want your permission up to next episode. So wait up to next episode. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.